you guys remember Jimmy from a few videos ago, but you know, he was on here and we were talking about how he got like a cheap shot on me in a little fight we had, or yeah, something along those lines. This time about a year ago, it was during winter break, that I tried to set him up with a girl, Lily, and I mean, this guy Jimmy had a crush on her for the longest. I mean, it was just so long. Like he would be trying to get it with her for a while now. I don't even remember how long it was. So I ended up calling her and telling her like, yo, you want to meet up with me and Jimmy? We're gonna go to Starbucks. We're just gonna kick it. We're gonna have fun, kind of just chill, just talk. So we were chilling, but the whole time my plan wasn't just to stick around there. I mean, I called her, hit her up, but the whole time, you know, I was planning, you know, once she gets here, I'ma dip, I'ma leave them, do their thing. They can do their thing, just talk or whatever they need to get out of the way. I was all for it, man. I really wanted them together. They were good together in my opinion. Now, I was gonna walk in like to my cousin's house after that. Like I just wanted to leave them alone. They could do their thing. You know, my cousin lived like 3-4 blocks away from that Starbucks. I mean, it's not that far. So I was cool with walking in. You know, I was just gonna leave them do their thing, like I said before. I hadn't talked to Jimmy in a month, so I mean, when we met, I mean, we were just talking about everything. But the one thing Jimmy forgot to tell me was that he kept me in the dark about the whole thing, where it turns out that this girl Lily had a boyfriend, and he didn't tell me about this. I don't know why he didn't tell me. That's just the way we are, though. Me and Jimmy really don't hit people up to hang out unless, you know, we're just absolutely going to another level. I mean, we just don't ask people to hang out. That's just me. I rarely ask people to hang out. Like, the only person I ever really asked to hang out, like, any time at all, is probably just Jimmy. That's just because we get along so well, though. So we were there at Starbucks. Me and Jimmy were just chilling, waiting for Lily to show up. And all of a sudden, Jimmy tells me that it turns out she had a boyfriend. I didn't know why he didn't tell me, and to be honest, I didn't really keep up with like so much social media like I do now. Like back then, I barely had gotten like a Twitter. I didn't have an Instagram. I didn't have none of that. I wasn't into that whole social media thing at the time. So it turned out she had a boyfriend, and then things went from bad to worse. So it went bad because, you know, she had a boyfriend, obviously. So me trying to get them to talk to each other didn't really help at all. But it got worse when me and Jimmy were just chilling there waiting for Lily to get there, and all of a sudden there were these two bikers. I mean, they were like in their 30s or 40s. I mean, they did not look young at all, to be honest. I don't mean to sound cruel or anything like that. That's just the truth. So all of a sudden, these two girls that honestly there were two of them, went up to both of them and asked them, you know, about their bikes, like, yeah, all this. And I kid you guys not, those girls were getting hit on by those two bikers. Like, it was really crazy. I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe what was going on. I really couldn't. It was crazy. I mean, it's not every day you go to Starbucks and see some pedophile try to pick up a little kid. That's just not something you see. So when she finally arrived. I mean, I just couldn't leave after that. It was already awkward with the whole thing where she turns out she had a boyfriend, and then all of a sudden these freaking two perverts were hitting on these two little girls. I mean, things were bad enough. I couldn't leave my boy in that situation. So in the end, you know, Jimmy now goes to school in San Diego. He doesn't really talk to her anymore. I don't really talk to her anymore either. I mean, I haven't talked to her in freaking months, man. I mean, it's just been so long. And so I guess my plan didn't really work out that time. But anyways, guys, if you guys did enjoy that little awkward situation story I told you guys, please don't forget to drop a like below. Don't forget to comment what you guys thought. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to check out the sponsors in the description as well. I'll beat them out, ladies.